So about 5 years ago, if you would have met me, I was living in Kenya as a missionary, with my family, doing work amongst the poor, street kids, reaching out to people, had children living in my home and was caring for them. And then all of it changed. This sucks. Okay. You fast forward a little, and my marriage is falling apart. You fast forward a few months, few years, and I find myself now living with my parents, in my mid-30s with my children, filing divorce papers. And I felt like I lost everything. I lost my marriage. I lost my ministry. And in that place, I knew it was one of those points in life where I had to make a choice of who I wanted to be. And I remember a friend telling me that the choices I made during that time period would shape who I was going to become. And I had to look forward at who that future Katie would be and make choices towards her, who I wanted to be coming out of the storm. And so that's how I lived my life. Is I decided, despite the pain and the brokenness and the sorrow, that I would choose to press into who God was and finding Him in a place I hadn't really known before, being very vulnerable, being very exposed, being very broken and naked, and felt like I was all of a sudden the person that I had been reaching out to for years. I was the person on the fringes. I was the person who would be at the very back of the church service and didn't really want to engage, but I kept pushing myself to engage and kept pushing myself to know who God was in that situation. And I discovered how gentle He can be and what His grace really looks like. It seems easy to say that God is full of mercy and grace when you feel like you have it all together, but when you feel like you've lost everything and it's all falling apart, that's when I felt like I really found out how merciful and kind our God is. And I felt like experiencing that kindness and that goodness and Him showing up for me every day in my tears and in my sorrow. I felt like there's probably way more of who He is that I haven't discovered yet. And since then, I feel like I see who He is differently, and I want to know more. And I hope that the rest of my life will be continuing to pursue who this God is, not as I think I know Him, but as He reveals Himself to me through life, through every storm and every turmoil and all the sorrow and grief, but also in all the joy and all of the triumph and all of the victory. So it wasn't easy, but nothing in life is. And so I just encourage you, no matter where you find yourself today, make the choice for your future self that you will be a person who pursues God, not to find Him as you think He is, but see Him as He reveals Himself to be.